Welcome to video number 3 of the Derry House. If you guys don't know who I am, well, I am Jeremy. I am an expert acquiring off-market properties. I get properties like this every single month of my businesses, and I've done it over 450 times over the last 8 years, and we've grossed over $10 million in revenue doing it. So today, how much money did we make on this flip? Stay to the end of the video and I'll tell you. So this is the 3rd video of this series. We've done 2 other videos. So this is the Derry House. Today is the conclusion of the video series. We started this project a handful of months ago, and it was been quite a roller coaster. If you go back to the first video, we talk about this being a heavy wholesale or a light renovation. Well, none of that's true. This turned out to be a full rehab project, much bigger than we anticipated it to be. And in the second video, we talk about, when we're inside, we talk about some changes that we had to make. And one of the things we had to talk about is because this place had hardwood floors up through the upstairs, we decided to remove them all and do LVT throughout the entire house. And there's a couple other things like that. So what happened with this project was we thought we'd be able to come in and finish the work of the previous seller. He was kind of handy, and he started a lot of projects. We thought we'd come in and finish them. And once we started really getting into things, we realized not only did we we couldn't finish them, we actually had to go and replace everything. And it really wasn't in budget. We went way over budget on this one. It turned into a much bigger project than we anticipated, but the end result is much better. We're really happy with the way it came out. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of this property. And in this, we'll show some pictures and maybe some videos of what it looked like before, so you can get a reference of what it looks like now. My wife did a great job with the design on this. She nailed it as usual. But the few things that we had to do is we had to replace all the hardwood floors with LVT, so that wasn't in the budget. There's a basement area, family room, extra space that we're hoping to keep. No, we had to gut that, and gutting that was a huge undertaking, so we had to take care of all that. This yard work, which this yard is still in need of a little bit of love, but it was so overgrown for like 25 years. We did the best that we could to do it, stay on budget. But the end result is we found a happy buyer. This property came out great, and we've got the property closed, and it's another flip that we've added to the, to the list of many others that we've done. Was it perfect? Hell no, it's never perfect. Did we make money? I guess you'll have to wait to the end of the video to find out. In the meantime, let's sit inside. I'll give you guys a quick tour. All right, guys, come on in. After you. Look at that, light and bright. All right, so if you come in here, you can probably hear a little bit of an echo. Added a light, but basically what we did is we took this flooring, we did LVT throughout the entire floor house. We love this LVT. We're going to be using it on a lot of our floors. We get it from Floor & Decor. The price point is just under $3 a square foot. It looks really good, and it's just a really good design right now. We've been going with a lot of off-white walls, white trim. Love that. A lot of the black beams and black fixtures. So just to tie it all in. So when we got this room, it was fully gutted before, so we had to rebuild a lot of these trims, put down new flooring, had to paint the hearth of the wood stove. Had to gut this bathroom in here as well. And obviously somebody always leaves the toilet seat up, huh? Never have. So where the washer and dryer goes, nice vanity, all this stuff. So came out well. And here we redid the whole kitchen. And in the second video, my wife and I are in here actually talking. It's all up in plastic. So we went and got brand new kitchen cabinets, quartz countertops, all new appliances, new fixtures, new lighting, put recessed lighting in to make it really light and bright in here. And then in here, the light does not work. Massive, perfect action. Anyway, we painted all that black and added a fan. And again, it looks much different than the way it did before. Head upstairs real quick. Come on over. This is the dining room. Got a nice little pretty light fixture there. We had to redo all the stairs, put new handrails in. So in the master bedroom, which if you go back to the first video, I'm actually in here and we're showing the dark hardwood floors that we wanted to keep. And it was really a good accent. We kept the accent wall, but the reality is, you know, the wood floors were going one way in this room, different direction in that room, different direction in the hallway. And we just said, we can't. And the biggest worry was trying to find flooring that matched downstairs that was LVT, not hardwood. That would, and it was just, it seemed too cumbersome and too expensive. So we're like, all right, brand new hardwood floors. It is what it is. We're going to get rid of it and start over. But now we have the same flooring throughout the entire house. You know, in here was a tiny little bathroom. We did the best we could. Got a new toilet, a little vanity. We reglazed the shower and just added it, you know, updated a little bit the best we could. Now, in here, you know, listen, quite honestly, there's some imperfections. As I walk around, I can see some imperfections, brand new tub, liner, faucet, fixtures, vanity. But most people, it looks really, really good. And it's not a brand new house, right? So imperfections actually kind of add to its charm a little bit. So most people understand that it's not going to be perfect. And again, this is just another bedroom, what it looks like. I know it's kind of dark in here, but this is what it looks like. All right, I'm going to show you the basement that cost us a ton of money. So this is the extra bonus room that we had down in the basement. It was kind of finished space, but what it really looked like before is it had all these weird bookshelves that the guy made that were all along this wall. And it wasn't even really a bookshelf. It was like this weird shelving system that he basically pieced together. And we were just like, what are we going to do with it? We were going to paint it all white. And then we realized it just looked terrible. It would be no function, right? This is a nice family room. It's large. It's warm. It's soft. It's inviting. Some of the lights need to be replaced. But other than that, I mean, look how far away I am, right? It's a big room. So it wasn't in the budget. So we had to make a tough decision. What do we do with this room? And we decided to gut all these, all the wood framed shelves and I don't even know what it was, walls. And we found out there was like, you know, other stuff behind it. We had to tear all that out. Basically, we gutted it down. The flooring had this tile on it. We had to basically rip up the tile and then had to remud it to put the flooring over. Way over budget, but we had to give the homeowner a nice room. I feel like it's one of those things, you know, should we have thought of it ahead of time? Probably. But the reality is sometimes you figure stuff out as you go. Again, you know, it's not always going to be perfect, I guess is my point, right? As many houses as I flip, sometimes as you get going in these things, you realize, shit, we can't leave that. Heck, we got to do that, right? And there's all these different things, and that's why you always want to have a contingency. But if you buy right, you can still overcome some of those things, and that's where we're going to go to next. Let's head upstairs. Okay, so this video has been going on and on with me telling you the story, giving you a tour, but all I can hear you guys going is blah, 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 blah. We want to know the numbers, Jeremy. What are the numbers? Well, I happen to have them here. Thanks for watching the whole video. All right, so a couple things to note, okay? This took us 140 days close to close. That is over 4.5 months. It's almost 5 months. My opinion, for a project like this, way too long. This should have been under 120 days, closer to 90 days. I would have really pushed for 100 days on this. I think we could have done better. And if we would have done this in 90 days, as opposed to waiting 150 days, we would have made an extra $22,000. Do you know why? Because that's how much my holding and lender costs were to make it that extra 60 days, 50 days. It was $22,000. That's why time is important when you're getting these deals, these properties done. You have to move with great urgency. Every day has a cost to it. So if you're doing a project and you come here and there's nothing going on, well, you just spent money that day and nothing's progressing. That happens a lot. You've got to babysit your properties big time. All right, so let's go with this, okay? We sold this place for $625,000. Our sales closing costs to sell the property and the commissions. So our commissions and closing costs on the sale side were $31,250. We paid our private lender $34,521 to let them borrow money, for us borrowing their money to do this project. A rehab budget, which we anticipated being somewhere around $80,000 max, came up to $121,525.33. Yes, we went way over budget, but if we didn't, this place probably would have sold less and would have looked worse and probably would not have sold very quickly on the market. We purchased it for $382,100. That's the best thing that we did on this project outside of the design, was we bought it at a good price. Could we have bought it for $20,000 cheaper? And that probably would have been ideal, yes. But overall, the $382 price was a good price. We should have done better managing the rehab, but overall, it came out great. So our purchase closing costs when we bought the place, because we had to pay both sides, were $12,481. So what does that make us? A gross profit of $43,123. So I told you we went way over time. We should have been closer to 90 days, but it took us 140 days. We went way over budget, and we still made $43,000. Imagine what it would have been like if we did it on time and stayed in budget. That's the potential of this. And none of this happens buying houses on the MLS. None of this happens, maybe sometimes buying it from wholesalers, maybe, but know where it really happens a lot? When you're going direct to the seller, solving problems and getting the properties at a great discount, and then you have the wherewithal, the knowledge to take a property like this and turn it into revenue. Not a bad $43,000, I would say. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want to learn how to acquire off-market properties like this, then click the link below. That'll book a discovery call with me, and then I can teach you how to get properties like this in your market so you can start changing your life and start doing off-market real estate and building a life of freedom through real estate investing. I appreciate you guys watching this channel and watching these videos. What I would like you to do is please like this video. That will help feed the algorithm, and also make sure that you're following us as well for future videos. I'm going to continue to pour in a lot of value to you guys. I hope you get a lot out of it. I appreciate all the support. Until next time, have a good one.